I've got y'all down here in the canning kitchen with me today. It's the weekend. I normally take off on the weekend and don't do a whole lot of cooking on here anyway, but today I wanted to share this little Louisiana syrup cake with you because I'm going to go share it with our neighbors down the road, Glenn and Sandra. We call them Aunt Sandra and Uncle Glenn. John grew up calling her Aunt Sandra, so they're aunt and uncle. But anyway, not too long ago, Aunt Sandra stopped on a Sunday after church. John and I weren't back from it being in town at church, and she put up a little calf of ours. And it was really sweet of her. I think some of you probably remember me talking about it. And so I thought I would make this cake for them because this cake is something that they grew up eating. Glenn, Uncle Glenn, he's also a preacher right down the road from us at Meridian Baptist, and he grew up eating this, and occasionally I'll make it for him. And the first time I made it for him and took it to him, he called me and left a sweet message on my answer machine in the house because I was still working at the vet's office, and he said, "Amy, thank you for letting this old man taste a piece of his childhood." And it was just real sweet and charming, like Glenn is. If y'all know Glenn, you know how charming he can be. And so it just touched my heart. That's all I wanted to do, you know, was make him happy. And I'm making this. Aunt Sandra's the one that stopped, but he was locking up the church and everything. He would have stopped with her. And that's how it goes for us. The women can do stuff, but the men get the credit anyway, right? But anyway, I've been wanting to make this cake for him. He also preached the funeral of my best friend, Wendy, a few years back. And I still miss her, and I still talk to her almost every day. I heard I miss her so bad. And she went on to heaven. She got there before me, but I know that she's going to show me the ropes when I get there, and I can't wait. She'll have coffee made. So, he preached her funeral, and he did such a fabulous job. I just couldn't have, I just sat there just totally enamored at how well he spoke of her and what a great person she was. And so I'm always like, I got to make him a syrup cake just because he did that, you know, and any reason to take that to Glenn because that touched my heart so much when he did that. And so they're neighbors down the road from us, and we're just going to ride down there, John and me, this evening and visit with them for just a minute and surprise them with this little cake. And they have Sunday lunch every Sunday with all their kids and grandkids. And I love to see that, and even great grandkids. Do y'all love that? I love to drive down the road and see families gathered and kids playing in the yard and lots of cars because, you know, good times are going on. And that always is comforting to me. I don't have to know the people. I just see that they're gathering, and I love it. I know that it's good times. And so I'm going to make this for them. I'm going to wash my hands before I get started because I've been running around back and forth up to the house and down here to get this going. So let me wash my hands. Really good. This cake is also in my brother-in-law's mother's cookbook. It's a little variation of it. I think there's many variations of a syrup cake. And this one's called a Louisiana syrup cake because it's made with Louisiana syrup. But I don't want you to be discouraged right off because if you cannot get Steen's pure cane syrup, it's made here in Louisiana in Abbeville. If you cannot, then you can also use maple syrup. And I know we get maple syrup way down here, and it's way up north in Vermont and Connecticut, New York, upstate, all around up there. So I know y'all could probably get this, but if not, you could use maple syrup as well. Or you could use sorghum. And many of you are going to have sorghum right at your fingertips. So any kind of thing like that. We're not using sugar. There's no sugar in this cake. It's these pure sugars. So I love that. That's a good thing, right? Yes. Let's see here, guys. I need me a mixing bowl. And right off, I have misplaced my mixing bowl. Really, Amy? What'd you do? I see it. Hang on, guys. Hang on. I'm trying to clean up, and then I clean up from myself. Right? I know. Do y'all do that too? I wanted to read about y'all, and y'all, I would love to go tour the Steen's cane syrup plant in Abbeville, and John was saying, baby, we're working so hard this year and we're not going anywhere on vacation. One of our children's changed their professions, and so we're not doing vacation because they'll be next year to get it. And we said, well, we're so busy this year that it's okay, and you know, we still have that COVID thing hanging around. So, but he said, we just need a little getaway for the weekend, you and me, just to relax. And if we're here, if you're on the farm, all you see is work out there, you know, and John and I are very work oriented, so we literally have to get away just from our home to not just want to work every second of every day. That's all we want to do. It makes us happy, but every once in a while it's just good to get away. So I said, wonder if we can go tour that, and I could take y'all with us, is what I'm getting at. But this is a Creole confection, is what it's called, known as a gâteau au syrup. That's my country French accent right there. Calls for pure cane syrup, a milder, more delicate cousin of molasses, because I make molasses cakes too, and they're wonderful. Steen's pure cane syrup, still made the traditional way in Abbeville, Louisiana, is the classic choice, but you could also use maple syrup or sorghum, or a combination of any two of these sweet essences. Cane syrup provides this single layer cake with a gorgeously deep golden hue, and it does. It's beautiful. It looks caramel colored. You could crown it with a generous dusting of confectioner's sugar, which is all I will do, or finish it with the syrup-kissed frosting. Steen's is the real deal, proudly serving Louisiana and the world from their syrup mill in Vermilion Parish, Louisiana, since 1911. That's just fabulous to me. I love that. And I also want to, something reminded me. Hang on, guys. Let me go back. Oh, the frosting. Uncle Glenn did not grow up eating this in his family. This was a family recipe of theirs they all remember very fondly, so that's why I like to make it for him. But there is a frosting for a cake, this cake as well. So what I'm telling you is, when I list this recipe in Facebook just under the title, and give me a couple of days for that because I'm not able to list it when I post it. I have to go back in later. That's just how it's set up for me. But and YouTube, you know, it's in the description box, which is the little thing under me that's a little arrow like that, and you touch it and it'll open up. I can pre-list it on YouTube, but I'm going to add that icing recipe. Okay, it is made of, and it is cane syrup kissed, 1/4 cup of butter softened, 2 cups confectioner's sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1/4 teaspoon salt, and 2 tablespoons of Steen's pure cane syrup or maple syrup or sorghum. So just to let you know that I'm going to put that icing in there. If you wanted to make this cake, you could do it in a big square 9-inch square pan, or a big round pan like that, and just have frosting on the top. You can do however you want to do it, but Uncle Glenn didn't grow up eating the frosting, so I just make him this plain cake, and it's very delicious right by itself. I've also thought some chopped walnuts or some chopped pecans in the icing or in the cake would be fabulous with this. But I'm making him his childhood memory syrup cake, okay? Y'all like, no you're not, you're yakking, right? Okay, guys, 2½ cups of all-purpose flour is what I need first. I'm going to mix it in there, so I'm going to put my dry ingredients in here. And I didn't even get organized hardly. I just got on here with y'all because I'm just down in my canning kitchen messing around, playing around, having us a good time. So, and I said y'all would love for me just to get on here and not worry about getting all organized before I did. I know how y'all are. Y'all are sweeties. Sweeties, I love all of y'all so much. I'm going to start. I spend so long half asleep at night in the bed reading y'all's messages. That's 1 cup. Help me count. 2½ cups. Okay. I said to myself, I was doing that last night, falling asleep, and I said, you know what I need to do? I need to get on here and have comment and answer, because y'all send me lots of questions in your comments, and I need to actually get on here and do little videos after the recipe videos of me just answering y'all, and it might answer more than one person with that same question. right? Because sometimes it takes me days to get back on there and answer you on the video, and you may not see it anymore. That was 2, and now we're going to do 1/2. So let me know if y'all think that'd be a good idea. I think it would be. I think we would all enjoy that. We all just like talking. Most all of us, don't we? Yes, we do. Y'all will send me long messages, and I'll read them, and then y'all say, I'm so sorry I kept rambling, and I'm like, really? That's all I do, you know. Don't apologize to me. For Pete's sake, do not apologize to me. I love it. I love all y'all's long messages, and I'll read them, and I'm just smiling and tearing and everything else in them. Okay, guys, we got our 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and I've got that down here. I have to smell. I put it in these beautiful little jars that Dee got me, one of my friends, and I don't have them labeled yet, so I have to smell. Dee and Gaynell, thank you, girls. Y'all see I'm putting these to good use down here. I love them. I think they're adorable. They're little mason jars, and they say love on the front of them. They're just adorable, and so I brought lots of my spices down here. Okay, that was my 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, and I like to smell stuff anyway. This says ginger, but oh, I just love to smell them. They're good. 1 teaspoon of ground ginger. I can just hear somebody fussing saying, don't do that over your cake, because what if the whole thing dumps out? And yes, that's happened to me. And I just hadn't learned a lesson, have I? No, I hadn't. All right, guys, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves. And I can see why 1/2, because this is strong. Ground cloves smell glorious, but they're very strong. So I'm just going to put about 1/2 of that teaspoon. And what else we got? 1/2 teaspoon of salt, which I just call that a pinch of salt. There we go. And that's all. Wait, 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking soda. So 1 1/2 teaspoons. I'm going to put that in here like this. 1, and then I'm going to do 1/2 of 1, this little teaspoon. I don't even have a 1/2 teaspoon measurer down here. I got to get it together, don't I? I know it. I'll say that sometimes. Let me find me a whisk, guys. I'll say I'm going to spend one whole weekend down here just organizing, because John just got this thing together for me like 6 months ago, and the holidays hit, everything else, and I just started straight cooking in here for the holidays and getting on here with y'all. So I really haven't had that get organized time. I've still got things in the house I want to get down here. Okay, here's our dry ingredients. They smell so good already. All right, now we're going to start on our wet ingredients. We are going to have 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, and I have vegetable oil in this. You could use corn oil, canola oil, you could use coconut oil too. That would be fabulous in here, I think so. But this is what I've got as veggie oil, and that's what the recipe calls for. So we're going to do is 1/2 cup. Vegetable oil, and what's so good about this, we now need some of this cane syrup. This is nice and coated with that oil, so our cane syrup will come out of here really good. So I like that. 1 1/2 cups of pure cane syrup, Steen's. I'm going to see if I can call around and find that we can go on a tour in that plant. But you know how things are. That may be closed off to the public right now with our lovely pandemic, but it won't hurt to ask anyway, will it? Y'all see how that's just rolling out of there so easy? I love that. Love that. You can spray it with nonstick cooking spray too, and it'll come out like that. And now we need 1/2 cup. This is our only sugar in here, and I love that as well. There we go. Put that there to remind us of our Steen's Louisiana syrup. Let me find me a spatula. Spatula. There we go. I mean, came out of there so easy. I love that. All right, I'm not even reading the directions on this. Combine the vegetable oil, cane syrup, and egg. I've got 1 egg, and I'm not going to put that straight in there. Y'all know I'll crack it here first. Make sure I have no shells. Whoop, I don't have to put that over there to give to my girls. My girls and my 1 boy rooster. They love it. Let's see, guys, what else do we have? It says, where was I reading? Where is it? Where is it? Egg and stir with the fork or whisk and combine everything well. I'll whisk it. I'm going to put that there. The recipe doesn't call for a teaspoon of vanilla because you know we've got all those other spices, but I love a teaspoon of vanilla, so I'm going to do it. You don't have to do it. I'm just letting you know that's something extra I put. So whichever you want to do. Let me get me what I do with my whisk. Here it is. Here it is. I'm going to whisk this together. Just like this. A little bit more vanilla dripping out of there. I can't wait to go surprise them with this cake. I love giving more than I receive it, and y'all just giving to me all the time. I just don't know how to hardly take it. Can y'all tell that I'm very out of my element receiving all these things from y'all? John's always fussed at me for years. 20 years, he would compliment me, and I'd say, oh, he's telling me I look good today because I must look really bad, and he's just being nice and trying to make me feel better, and he feels sorry for me. I have always never accepted a compliment well or a gift well. I guess I just didn't feel worthy. I've not ever had a great confidence about me, so he would fuss. He has fussed at me for years, and he finally is like, you need to learn to say thank you, you know. And so I've tried to do better. I really have, because I have really aggravated him time to time. Didn't mean to. Okay, guys, let me make sure that I don't need to mix this at all, like with the mixer. Add the baking soda. Oh, yeah, we're going to put hot water. Add about 1/3 of the flour mixture to the syrup mixture and then gently stir until the flour disappears. Add the baking soda to the hot water and then stir about half the water into the batter. Yeah, hot water is where I was supposed to put that baking soda, and I knew that, but I've done it this way, and it's not a big deal. 3/4 cup of hot water. Let me get some hot water going. And some people say boiling water, but I'm going to do 3/4 cup of hot water. And that baking soda hitting into that hot water is what causes it to start rising. I've got the oven preheating to 350 degrees, and this is going to bake anywhere from 45 to 55 minutes. You know how our ovens are all different. So I'm getting me some hot water going right now, but I'm going to put some of this, and I'm just going to stir it and flop it out on the counter, make a mess. That's what we do cooking, don't we? My mama used to fuss at me because I'd make messes. Of course, I was willing to clean up all my messes. But when you're cooking, you make messes. That's nice and hot. It's steaming. There we go. That hot water is what's activating that baking soda in there. Matter of fact, I see it bubbling already. Just that quickly, I do. Yes, I do. I figure baking soda will also bubble with buttermilk, so I'd like to try this one time and replace the buttermilk with the hot water. But I believe this recipe actually comes from times when you didn't have lots of things, you know, and lots of expensive things, and so it was the time to just the hot water would activate that. Let me come show y'all. That hot water activated. Do y'all see these bubbles in here? Let me see if I can turn this light around. I hope y'all can see some of these bubbles. Alright, let me get this down here. Y'all see those bubbles? Now you can. And y'all, can y'all see those little bubbles in there? I sure hope so. I hope everybody got a good shot at them. Yes, I do. Alright, y'all. Before our bubbles go away, we got to get it in our pan. I've got this Bundt pan. Like I say, you can just use a 9-inch kind of deeper square or round pan too, but I want to make it pretty. And this one I got at Walmart. Y'all always ask me where I got my stuff, and it's a Wilton's from Walmart. And I use this Baker's Joy. It's one of the best things ever. You don't have to butter and flour a pan anymore, because it's already got all that in there. See how it looks like we've been buttering and flouring? Like we just been working, huh? Right? And we didn't. That's what's so wonderful. All right, while this is still good and bubbly, I'm going to get it in here. Get it in here. Ooh, it smells so good already. Man, I can smell it. It smells fabulous. I wish, we always say we want smell-o-vision, but I want taste-o-vision, so I can hand y'all all a spoonful or a taste of things. Yes, I do. Okay, let me slide this in the oven. And I'm going to set my timer. I'm going to set it right here on my phone. I want to taste this batter. Did y'all do that? I know. I'm not scared of raw eggs, are y'all? Me either. This didn't come from my childhood, but I tell you, it's still comforting. Yes, it is. All right, guys, I'm going to let this go about 40 minutes. Anywhere from 40, 45 to 55. I'm going to check it with a toothpick in the middle. And if it comes out clean, I'll start about 45 minutes because I don't want to overbake it. If it comes out clean, then I'll take it out and I'll get back on here with y'all. Can y'all see this cake? You see what a gorgeous golden brown that syrup makes it? Yes, it's so good. I've been letting it cool for a few minutes in this pan. The toothpick came out clean at 45 minutes for me, guys. So 350. So just depends, because this is a darker pan. So you just keep watch on your little cake, okay? Because all our ovens are different too. See if he's gonna come out. He is. Hey y'all, this cake is cooled, and I also get these little plastic dishes for $1 at the Dollar Tree. I told y'all Josh has got me, he got me hooked up sending me pictures, and these are so cute to go share a little cake, or you can put cookies or whatever you want to on there, and you don't have to worry about getting your little container back, and they can use it. I mean, it's certainly usable. So I'm going to dust this with some powdered sugar. My air conditioner's blowing, my window unit over there is blowing, and I see it sweeping this powdered sugar over there. Oh well. There we go. Get you dusted. Looks like a snowstorm's coming in. It's blowing it everywhere. There we go. How pretty. Let me put the rest of that back. Now then, I gotta get me some kind of little canister for my Confectioners Sugar, don't I? I've just got it like this, sitting in a baggie. A baggie! Okay, y'all. I'm going to cover this with plastic. Y'all see? Isn't it beautiful? So beautiful. I hope they enjoy this with their family. Let me see, guys. One of you told me, whoop, excuse me. One of you told me the most fabulous little trick of putting your plastic wrap inside your freezer, and it makes your plastic wrap easier to manage. What? That's a wonderful hack. Thank you. So that was me getting it out of the freezer and dropping some food out of the freezer too. That's what that noise was, guys. That was just me and my clumsiness. That's a wonderful little hack, and I'm going to get this loaded up. I'm also going to go share that English pea salad I made and let them enjoy it for their Sunday lunch. My family and I, we're going to go eat Mexican out tomorrow after church, so we're not going to do that. Something else I want to tell y'all, you know, last weekend we were going to see that Disney movie. I am here to tell you, we went to go see Cruella. My little thing that cuts it came off, so the freezer can't help that, can it? We went to go see Cruella. It's a Disney movie, and I had several people say, was it good? Y'all, it was fantastic. Disney movies usually are really good. This one was out of sight fantastic. One of the best movies I've seen in a long time. And if you look at the pictures on my personal page, you see John, he's stuffing his face, and he won't even stop and look at me. And Ashley, I'm holding baby Ashley, he won't even look at me. he's looking straight at that camera because or at the film, the screen, because it was fabulous. Very good movie. So it is a recommendation from me. I think also you can see it, of course it'll come out on Disney Plus, but also a lot of HBO Max. A lot of those movies straight from the theater are going on to HBO Max. So if you can find Cruella, it gives you the backstory of how Cruella, it gives you her childhood, okay? And I love that. I love to know a villain's childhood. You know, I'm real interested in how did you become who you are, you know. So I love it, love it, love it. And it leaves it open to go right on into 101 Dalmatians. So I can't wait. So anyway, it was a good movie, and I do recommend it to y'all. Because see, with your grandkids and kids, and used to before COVID, we rented the whole theater room for us, which is not very expensive if you do it early in the day. But before that, we used to see lots of couples about mine and John's age, and I'd say, we came to see this with the grandbabies, and they'd say, we don't even have any grandbabies, and we're here to see it.